Get the fuck out. There's no way. I don't know why you do not blame me. I didn't do this.
The only person who never touches that mic stand.
I don't know, man. You got a kid.
He's holding it right now.
He's in here messing with shit when you ain't paying attention.
He doesn't touch mic stands anymore.
Yeah, well, anymore.
He got the talking to about touching Daddy's audio equipment.
That word freaks me out. Is this how we're starting it? You and I just arguing with each other? It's some bullshit.
Hey, man, if this is the extent of our arguments, we're doing great after all these years.
Yes, so, friends. Yeah, absolutely.
Crushing it.
Well, welcome to, what is this, episode 38?
38.
Holy cow, man. Welcome to episode 38. I'm Jim. Oh, that's Jason. He's taking a drink.
Taking a hydration check. I'm Jason. He just went through that intro so well.
Eloquently.
So eloquently.
This is your midweek Sad Boy update. We are your Midwest Sad Boys. And thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to our regular listeners. And hello to anyone who's maybe listening for the first time. You picked quite the interesting episode to tune in.
Definitely an episode
that ever was.
It's like picking the Red Wedding on Game of Thrones as your first episode.
It was such a, I don't know, underrated episode.
Talking to you, RC.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That was his first episode?
Yep.
Wow.
He's like, wow, I've got to go back and start over, but I know who dies.
Everyone.
Yeah, literally everybody.
Yeah, that's the thing about Game of Thrones. Who died this week? Everybody. Oh, okay. You're not wrong.
Pick a guess. There's a good chance they did.
So let's see. Last week was the end of January. And I think, what is it? In a couple of days is the big game.
The big game. Oh.
Yeah. You know, the one that you can't say. You know that, right?
Oh, wait. Is that a rule?
Yeah.
Is that like Fight Club?
So, yeah. It says, so I'm reading an article. I'm not really sure how reliable this is, but I've heard this other places, so this is at least backing this up. Anyhow, some things that you can't say about the big game. It says whether you're writing campaign messaging, creating promotional materials, boosting your brand social media post, or coordinating a giveaway, make sure you adhere to these guidelines. Do not use the words Super Bowl or Super Sunday.
Oh.
Avoid using the specific team names. Stay away from incorporating the NFL logo or team logos within your creative materials, and do not use a football player's name, because the NFL has trademarks on all of those.
So you can say the team from
city
from this city.
Yep.
And player number this.
Yep. So this says Super Bowl advertising guidelines. So what can I say? And it says you can say the big game or big game. You can stick to general football terms. And it says for design, stick to generic football shapes and themes. And if you're mentioning a player, you may use his or her number. So, fun fact. But I also feel like I get a pass because I'm allowed to say that, because I am a past Super Bowl champion. I present to you, and you'll appreciate this. I present to you.
Oh, what in the...
What does this say?
The Niles Little Red Dragons 1997 Super Bowl champions.
And I believe we were
10-0.
Undefeated, baby.
Dude, the 95-pound Squiggy Squad just wrecking people.
Oh yeah.
Get out of here.
What up? Who's the guy? What's the trophy? What's the trophy for the Super Bowl? What's it called? It's got a name. Shit, what's its name? I don't know. But
the Heisman?
That's not the Heisman. That's the college.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. NFL. You can contact me. I'd love to do a press tour. But I mean, I'm a past Super Bowl champion, and look, I'm just saying, it says it right there.
He won the big game.
I didn't play a single play of the game.
He was on the team.
Yep.
But most people who win the big game
participation
don't play.
trophy ever.
Yeah. Most people who win the big game don't play. It's fine.
That's very
They sit
fair.
on the bench and they just chill. And
Yeah,
they
and they just-
collect the paycheck.
$100,000 league minimum to sit the bench. Do you know that? Fun fact.
All right,
league minimum.
I'm going to get myself ready.
Yep.
And
Right
get-
after that knee surgery,
Right
right, bud?
after, yeah. Here's part of my segues into my topic.
Hold on, we'll come back to that. So it's we will. I promise we'll come back to that.
Oh, yeah.
So what's a couple of sports where you're undefeated?
Well,
It's funny you should ask.
funny you should ask. You are talking to probably the only undefeated beer pong champion.
Yep, he 1-0.
1-0.
That's-
You can't lose if you don't play again.
It's
So,
also a 100% win ratio. So I mean,
you can't argue it. I was at a Halloween party at Jim's house.
Mm-hmm.
People were playing. I don't drink, so I wasn't drinking. I'm just sitting there. All right, get in my head, get in my mindset. Okay, they're over there playing. You know, they're tossing.
he's watching,
I'm taking it all in,
studying,
and I mean, has anybody?
honing.
You've probably had this moment in your life where you're watching somebody do something. And you're like, you know what?
I could do that.
Yeah, I can flambe, right? So I'm sitting
that.
there, I'm watching. They're playing back and forth. I'm like, can I get next? So me and Megan, we were on a team. So I grabbed the ball.
Megan
Sink it.
is a sleeper, by the way.
Yeah. And I don't know. I can't remember how many of them I got, but it was a very good portion of them.
Sizable ratio out of 10 cups.
And
It
I
was
sunk.
pretty high.
I sunk almost every shot that I made. And
Ran the
and
table.
they're like, he's a shark. And that was it. I was done.
Ringer. Man. Yep. And then he retired. Never played another game of beer pong ever.
Yep. I'm also undefeated in the first I don't know if it was Brotherhood. It's one of the Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, okay.
The first one that had online multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
Played one game, won, same mentality. I never played again. So technically undefeated. 100% win ratio.
You can't argue with facts, man. Like it's that simple.
That's it.
The stats don't lie. A win's a win. What's Vin Diesel say? A win's a win. Doesn't matter if it's by an inch or by a mile. Win's a win.
I thought you were going to say family.
Well, he also says that way too many times, but
Family.
yeah,
Family's always a win.
Man, my dad gave this to me when I went home for New Year's. He gave me a bunch of shit like the Guitar Hero controller.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, do you want this trophy?" And I was like, I do want this trophy.
I've never thought you'd ask. Thank you. I do want this.
So yeah, I mean, hell, like I said, NFL Hall of Fame, the NFL in general. I'd love to do a press tour, talk about our season and how, how great we did in all 10 of the games. Yeah. The plays that we ran and the passes that the quarterback threw.
The big game that the Squiggy Squad did. If you want the exclusive rights, to the Squiggy Squad,
you got to come to the champion. So.
Right.
Fun fact: I think I played one more season of football after that. So technically, I'm not undefeated. But I played one more season of football, and my parents took me out of the Niles Little League football program because it was so cutthroat and ridiculous. I'm talking I'll have to ask my dad for the clarification on some of these stories, but I remember some of the parents getting into screaming matches over children's football game, fist fights, screaming matches, adults getting upset.
I would yell at people. If Reed was playing football and somebody, unfair tackle or whatever, I would absolutely yell at somebody and call their kid a bitch. I would do it.
You're the reason that I had to go play for a
do
different
it.
team because
Yeah.
my mom was like, "Yeah, you're not playing for that team," so I had to go play for the other. I had to go play for Howland.
Oof.
I started though, and I actually did play.
Oh.
Unlike at Niles, where I was not good enough to play, but I did get the sickest participation trophy of all time.
Super Bowl trophy for the Squiggy Squad.
I mean, I'm about to update my Twitter bio.
Squiggy Squad is cutthroat.
We're about to update the resume. You're looking at a Super Bowl champion. Who
You leave it at that.
Yep.
I'm going to sign back in and reactivate LinkedIn real fast
Yeah, right.
so I can add.
97 Super Bowl champion, 10-0 undefeated season.
We're wait, 10-0 for Super Bowl. Yeah, there was only that many games back then.
Yep.
It was small. It was a much smaller league. Yeah.
Much smaller league, about 95 pounds.
Yeah, it was in Croatia, but don't worry about that.
The Croatian Little League. I'm the Super Bowl Croatian and CFL, the Croatian Football League.
Super Bowl champ.
That's funny. All right, so let's get back to where we were. So what's going on with your leg here, homie?
Yeah, so
That thing looks like a grape.
dude, it's bad. So super fun story. I blame Taylor.
We always do.
Right,
But what did she
right.
do?
So you know how? So let's go back to let's take one step back. If you're a homeowner and you're redecorating your house, you're remodeling, or you're planning new things, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are times when you maybe throw some blue tape up on the wall for almost a year, planning out a ledge for pictures and picture frames. We finally, one Sunday, decided, let's go get those picture frames.
Today is the day.
This was the fateful day.
Oof.
So we get our picture frames, we're walking out. I think I'm wearing my Crocs. I wasn't in sport mode.
Well, there's
Probably
a problem.
I was in leisure mode. So
Got too careless.
walking in the parking lot, and I rolled my ankle. And I rolled the ankle, and I fell straight down on my knee. And then I fell into someone's car, like into their pickup truck. And the guy was in the truck. He got it. He's like, "You okay?" And I'm like looking real quick at his vehicle to make sure I didn't like mess it up. And like,
Well, yeah, you being the giant that you are.
yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, you all right?" I'm like, "Bad ankles, man." Right. And I like hobbled to like get the picture frames in the Jeep, and I sat down. I'm like, huh, like
The Peter Griffin.
and like it was just like a little scratch, you know, and it was sore. But then like 3-4 weeks later, I noticed like a little looked like a little goose egg type of thing, right?
I wonder if maybe something got in there.
I don't know. But then like I said, I got a new knee brace. I put it on one day, and it just felt like it was in a lot more pain. And here we are. So now I am just off work for a whole month, and I have to get knee surgery. So
I mean, FMLA getting paid, though.
yeah, that's short-term disability. Yeah, you know. Yeah, we'll go back. We'll go into that later.
Yeah, I mean, what are they going to do?
We'll go into it later in March.
What are they going to do?
I literally have doctor's notes. I can't do anything.
Exactly. What are they going to do?
If they fired me when I was on FMLA or short-term disability, that's a big old lawsuit.
Oh, yeah. Especially being part of a union? Absolutely.
So,
what
either
are
way,
they going to do?
Either way. And what's, we'll get back to that later. I'm not going to dive too deep into that rabbit hole. That one has a lot of badgers in it. So,
What?
yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard that. That's a good one.
Like, yeah.
Not diving into that rabbit hole. It's got a lot of badgers in it.
Yeah, honey badger don't care.
You know what? Honey badger don't give a fuck.
Not one single. But yeah, so I'm not supposed to walk or drive or do any of that fun stuff.
You know what really caused that? You've been driving with your knee too much. And you can't. Yep. Boom. Roasted. Problem solved. No. You can't argue with me. You have admitted on the podcast that you drive with your knee very often. That's your right knee. Nice try, homie.
I'm
on to
still
you.
going to do it the moment that it's recovered. Once I'm off all the heavy pain pills.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't even care. I'm still going to do it again. But it's just effective. Okay. I don't know.
I hope the best for you, sir, because we can't have the Midwest sad boys with only one sad boy.
It's just Midwest sad boy, and it's just Jim,
it's
like
just me,
just like whimpering for like an hour, and that's the last episode.
Hi, Miss Jason. Update on last week's episode. I did look up Texas Instruments gross revenue for 2023. It looks like Texas Instrument, according to Google, Texas Instruments had a revenue of 17.5 billion.
What are they making still?
With a fucking B.
What do they make to make billions?
Surprisingly, that is down on their previous year's revenue. 17.5 billion, down 12% from 22, by the way. Let's see. Texas Instrument has it in. Yeah. Yeah. So, according to stockanalysis.com, Texas Instruments was worth $17.5 billion last year. In case anyone was wondering, calculators are still
Holy.
somehow a very lucrative market. What else does Texas? I should have looked up what else Texas Instrument owns and or makes to be. There's no way y'all sold $17 billion.
The scientists out there just funding Texas Instruments still buying those modeling calculators.
Who's buying this shit?
What in the world?
Yeah, man, I don't know. That's something.
I mean, that's just the best place to play, the classic Snake game. Right?
Yeah, right. I wish that was really fun when you could play Snake on the calculators.
That has to be the only reason those things are still being sold.
Who's buying that many calculators? I mean, shit. A fucking TI, Texas Instrument. What is this? TI Inspire. No, here we go. Texas Instrument TI 30, which is like the scientific calculator that most people. Yeah, $13 at Walmart. How did you sell 17 billion? Let's see. How many would you have to sell? 17, 5. Okay, 17.
Maybe if we had a Texas Instrument calculator,
for real. That's million. Oh, yeah, 17. Oh, too many zeros. I got to turn off the rotate lock to add an extra zero. 17. Look at that. Look at that number. That's $17 billion.
That's insane.
Divided by 14. We'll just round up. 15 with tax. You had to sell hundreds, thousands, millions. You had to sell 1.1 billion calculators. They're like, who's buying?
They have more expensive models, but still,
true. But yeah, I mean,
the ones where it's like every kid in 5th grade and up is getting is like $15.
Yeah, but like, okay, so a school buys the calculator.
Oh no!
Are you giving it to the kid?
No, parents have to buy them. Remember, parents have to buy everything. We had this. We talked about some podcast episode. Right.
I mean, I had to buy a calculator, but I mean, shit, dude. Okay, so a parent buys a calculator. Your kid loses it. And you got to buy another one. But still, how did you sell 1.1 billion calculators in 2023 alone?
Insane.
Like, kids are at home. They're doing school at home. Are they not? That's a joke.
Yeah, that's about 3 years too.
that was a joke. I don't know, man. But I just wanted to update everybody on Texas Instruments revenue from last year.
Would not have guessed 17 billion.
Yeah, what would you have guessed?
I don't know, like 2, 3,
800 mil, maybe.
I'd say maybe like 2 or 3 billion, just because I know that they sell ones that are more expensive, depending on the job industry that they go in. Like that's what I would have thought.
Fair.
How are you telling me that Texas Instruments is worth more than the WWE?
How much is the WWE worth?
I think they just got sold. Wait, hold on.
Let
me double check.
Look this
up. Double check. No.
That's what I said. You should look that up. In the meantime, while he's looking that up, everybody, don't forget to take a hydration break.
So they were sold.
Hydration check.
To Endeavor for.
What kind of name is that?
Endeavor owns UFC and WWE now. $9.3 billion.
Jesus.
So how are you telling me that calculators bring in more money than the WWE?
Well, that was the revenue, which is prior to that's not straight profit. That's just revenue. But still, yeah. 17 billion in revenue is astronomical. What else did I have? I had more stuff to talk about the Super Bowl.
I got one for you real quick.
Go ahead.
So there's going to be a story at this one, I promise. Ooh. Have you ever played a trick on somebody?
Yes.
Are there any that stand out to you?
I mean, I've hidden behind doors and like jumped out and scared Megan a couple of times. That's very fun.
Like saran wrap on the toilet or like.
Oh, dude, we got my roommate with an April Fool's Day joke once. He left his door unlocked, and we went in and just respectfully trashed his room. Not like destroyed it, but just like flipped a bunch of shit over and like put his computer desk in the bathroom and just like moved a bunch of shit around. I taped toilet paper to a ceiling fan so it was spinning around when he opened the door. There's toilet paper whipping around. Yeah, that's probably my favorite one when I pranked my roommate. Shout out to Jeff. What up, buddy? Trey. Yeah. What's up?
We when I worked at Toys R Us, we got caution tape and caution tape wrapped one of the manager's cars.
Nice.
All the way around, had to cut through it to get it.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we had a lot of it. And then we also put balloons on it.
Where are we going with this?
Yeah, so where I'm going with this is that Reed
Oh boy.
finally played his first trick.
Oh, he got you good?
No.
Oh.
He
Did it backfire?
No, he gave it away. Still,
He
the
got too
idea is there.
excited, yeah.
So I'm like, hey, buddy, can you get me my shoes? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, no, not those ones. Give me the other ones. Give me my Sup Bros.
Yep.
He's like, oh, you're wearing these shoes? I'm like, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So I put the shoes on. I start to like hobble into the kitchen. And he's like, I put an egg in your shoe. And I was like, what? It was in the other shoe that he was trying to give me. He's like, I wanted you to step in it and be like, oh, why is my foot wet? I'm like,
man,
get out of here.
You better watch out.
I was like, when did you put this egg in this shoe? He's like, last night.
what's that smell?
Right? I'm like, buddy.
Man, if you'd have stepped on that and it would have just released rank egg
would
smell.
have been so mad. It was pretty good.
Now you got to check your shoes every time.
I
you
do.
get it.
I tilt them.
Yep, you got to
Got a little tilt, see if something rolls out. I don't trust him anymore at all. But
well, you got a long way to go.
yeah, but like it was good.
That is kind of funny.
It's pretty good. I'm happy it didn't work because I would have been a lot more upset about it. You would have seen me telling the same story, but the whole time I would have just been like,
Motherfucker, I stepped on an egg.
I didn't have breakfast because of this.
Yeah, it was the last egg too. I was looking forward to an egg sandwich.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Dude.
Has he gotten Taylor yet? Like, has he tried one on Taylor?
Not that I know of. They tried jumping out at each other like tonight.
Yeah.
But like not like that. Not that level of trick.
You should try and get him back by like, yo, have you ever seen the thing where they put like the funnel in your pants and you have to roll the quarter off your head and land it in the funnel? You never seen that? Okay,
No.
so you get like, I don't know, newspaper, or you get a funnel or something like that. And you have like someone tuck it into their waistband of their pants, right? And then you put a quarter on your forehead and you try and get the quarter into the funnel, right? So you show them how to do it. And then while they're doing it, you just get a cup of water and pour it in the funnel right down their pants.
As soon as you said you showed them how to do it, I'm like, oh my God.
Well, yeah. So like, you like, oh, look, you got to get it in the funnel. And you like, hey, could you do it? And then while they're trying, like, oh, just nice
pour
try.
water
right down the pants. Yeah, that's the equivalent of the smacking the
bottle of water.
the water when they look in it when the quarter disappears. Classic kid jokes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something to him.
Just
get him back.
you might want to
him
wait until
Yeah,
you're
I got-
mobile,
I got about a month.
because you ain't going nowhere. And if he pulls one on you, what are you gonna do? Hobble after him? That's really intimidating.
When I get to you, I swear.
Yeah, boy, when I finally catch your ass, you in for it.
Hand me that crutch over there. Let me.
Yeah, right. Just beat him like from across the
I
room.
was gonna say so I can walk over to you.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's a good thing I don't have a kid. It's fine. CPS would be over my house all the time.
Yeah. Hi. We heard episode 38.
Yeah. we need to talk. This one right here, officer.
We need to talk about your child. Oh man. So real quick update. I have been doing a lot more reels. I know I told you in the last episode or two, I'm going to be pumping out some more reels. So everybody get ready. There's a whole bunch of content coming. I've got like 4 episodes worth of videos to make. So get ready.
You got a lot of backlog, and it seems like you're going to have quite a bit of free time.
I got a lot of free time. So
now we just need to get you like a wireless mouse and keyboard so you can like sit over here.
I have them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but then the text is too small on the screen. I can't see anything.
Then I got to check and save it. Yeah.
You're right.
Them old man eyes can't see.
Dude, I
from
could do it
here.
on my iPad.
Oh, that's right. You could. Yeah.
So you know what? Let's talk real quick about this. So
not a sponsor.
Nope. Being on like TikTok or Instagram, Facebook, you probably heard of CapCut, right? the video editing app.
CapCut. I thought you meant like CapTcha, like the
Or the CAPTCHA things.
Oh, is that how you pronounce that? CAPTCHA?
Yeah.
I always thought it was CapTcha. But doesn't matter. I'm not a robot, so.
Yeah, it's okay. I thought that dachshund dog was pronounced dashhound. So
It's not?
thank you.
Today I learned.
Yeah. Taylor's like, a what? I was like, a dashhound. And she's like, dachshund.
Dachshund. Yeah, you know.
Well, it's out in the open now. So
tomato, potato.
we make fun of ourselves about it, so you can't do it. So anyway.
Yeah, right? Idiot.
The CapCut app, to anybody out there who's a content creator or video editor, it's kind of like, it's interesting to me because it's a free program, right? Mm-hmm. Of course, there is a paid monthly add-on.
Well, of course.
But in the free version, you can do so much.
Right.
But like in the world of like content creation, the whole big thing is like getting, whether it be, regular content like YouTube videos and then like turning it into TikToks,
Right.
So you can like import it, reframe it, track someone's face, add captions, export it. Mm-hmm. CapCut, for anybody who might even be looking for a solution for something like this, again, not sponsored, but it's super cool yet. Is like you can upload a whole video, it'll analyze the whole thing, and then it'll spit out like 20 videos from like an hour-long YouTube video, give you titles, like it'll tell you like the timestamps. It literally does everything, and it'll caption everything for you. It's just insane. Like things that used to take me forever to do, I can just go into CapCut and be like boop boop, and then it does all of that. And it's got a bunch of cool like video transitions and text effects, and it's like cross-platform to your phone and your So the whole point of this is like, it's crazy to me that we're at an age now where like free software is getting to a point where, the most common thing right now is editing for social media. So people like, even in like the professional world for like online content creators, they're going down to a more minimalistic bit, like even like in their edits for their videos and not adding a bunch of layers or transitions or sound effects. They're they're going simple, right? And it's kind of crazy to where you can do more in CapCut for free than what you can do in Premiere or Final Cut, which
that you paid for.
That you paid for.
Yeah.
$300 or monthly, $20 for Premiere. Like I had to make a video in Final Cut, color grade it, do the whole thing, go between the cameras, and then export it, take it into an app to caption it, and then go on and post everything.
Yeah.
This one, I literally just make the video in Final Cut, drop all of the videos. Like say I make 10 videos, drop 10 videos in, it captions every single one of them for me perfectly. And then like you can do all the different text effects and little whatever, like it's super easy. And then you just export each one. It's kind of insane to me. So like anybody out there who's looking for a free editor for productive workflow, it's kind of crazy.
Hit up Jason. He'll do it using CapCut, and he'll charge you money.
Yeah, I won't use
CapCut.
CapCut.
Do it for free.
I'll use the expensive one because it's better, and that's what you deserve.
Yeah, and it definitely won't be free.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me that like AI and software like that's inspired because of like TikTok or Instagram or Facebook Reels and stuff like that is competitive with.
I'm going to put on a tinfoil hat here real quick. You ready for this?
Yes.
So I have a sneaking suspicion that there are some nefarious beings in the background happening, or nefarious doings in the background happening about all these sort of free AI tools, right? All it is they're offering these services for free so that you'll use them and just continuously feed content into the learning machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So there's gonna come a point where like there's enough video of you and I talking and saying every different syllable and phrase out there that like if CapCut was hacked or whatever other software you have used has been hacked, there could be deepfakes out there of
Make
us.
a deep fake podcast from the Midwest Sadbois talking about this.
Or not even so much us, but just like someone who has like a similar face structure, now they can just pull your mouth or my mouth out of this video, drop it in there, and now that person is saying the words that I'm saying. And it's like, okay, that's all well and fine, because like I know that I am not doing anything wrong, but like nobody else does, who sees the video doesn't know.
So like from what I've heard, I don't know how true this is across all the platforms, but I have a friend who is an English teacher. Shout out John. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how are you?
He told me one time that like there were so many students in his class who were using like ChatGPT to write essays.
Yeah.
You can go on and check that.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there's some way
because
you just plug the information in and it'll be like, yeah, this is an AI speech pattern or some shit like that.
Because he'd be like, you don't write at this level. There's absolutely no chance.
Yeah, you don't know what that word means.
But apparently you can go on and verify those things. So it's like, at what point is AI generated content, like it has to be, there's got to be some kind of a, necessarily a copyright, but like you shouldn't be able to, like we talked about the other day, you shouldn't be able to monetize these types of things like the.
Oh yeah, I sent you that video where it was like, hey, do all this and then you can create 45 minutes of TikTok reels in 10 minutes. And it was like, oh, cool. So I just used this tool to repurpose all this content and now I'm getting paid? That, I mean, awesome, but like seems scummy, and somewhere the hammer's going to fall.
It's just like that content shouldn't be able to be monetized. It just shouldn't be, because
like, how are you gonna like tell?
Because to TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and everybody, like unless they actively made a change, it still plays on videos, it's still traffic, it's still generating them money.
Right.
So why do they care?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
You're right. It shouldn't be monetized, but like, okay, so you plug in a clip of us right now, right? We're going to plug this clip into the AI generator and it's going to spit out clip number 1. You're going to go make clip number 2 and you just happen to make the same cuts and the same edits. Who's going to tell? How can you tell?
Well, so I think there's a difference between using a tool to make a video than like those other ones where it's like, use this chat GPT, have it generate stuff and then just export everything.
Yeah, that's like, scummy.
That's not real content.
No,
that's not. It's just not. But like us going through the work of setting up microphones and cameras and recording and lighting and all this stuff to get a podcast, just because I use the captioning, or like some other effects, I'm just using it as a tool. There's just a point where like people are just creating fake content to get plays and views, probably to make money, but like I feel like it shouldn't be monetized. It shouldn't be able to be monetized. But I don't know. Like at what point, I guess, did you hear about this whole like deep fake thing with Taylor Swift?
That's where I was kind of going with this. Yeah. I mean, we've joked about this before. We've talked about deepfakes on the podcast a long time ago.
Yep.
For anyone who doesn't know what a deepfake is, or maybe this is the first time you're hearing the phrase, or I don't know, anyone who needs a refresher, a deepfake is an AI generated video of of somebody who is not actually doing what's in the video, but like it's so well made that it could legitimately pass. And recently, I think what you were leaning in is there's been some adult content, excuse me, that has had some T-Swifty like caricature. So there's some shit going on IRL outside of TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and all this, but like there's some lawmakers about to get involved in this.
There's I think. And like
something's gonna change. Ain't soon, but something's gonna change.
There's things where you can do where it's like all good and fun, right? Like where they did like Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. for like Back to the Future, and it was cool, right?
It's great.
But like, this kind of stuff is where you're infringing on people's rights.
Yeah.
There's like, I feel like there has to be something done about it, but like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, right. So like, obviously we know.
How do you police that?
Yes. And I think that's the question that everyone's asking is like, how? Okay, so you find out that it's happening. Okay, cool. You can remove it. Fine. But how do you stop it from happening again? Or how do you stop it from happening to someone else? Maybe someone else that doesn't have Taylor Swift sort of notoriety and like, I'm just going to name, random lady Michelle, there's a deep fake of her getting one.
Yeah.
And then, that gets out. And now Michelle gets fired from her job.
Yeah. What's to stop it from like just importing a few photos of a person and then having them auto generate something?
Yeah. Even if it's just a photo, maybe it doesn't even have to be a video of like, adult content, but like just a photo of your likeness face over a very provocative image. Like, could you tell at first glance? Like, and then, okay, so you say, oh, Michelle wouldn't do that, but like that photo looks just like Michelle.
Yes.
And
I mean,
now
that's
what, like, how, what do?
Somebody could get fired if like a boss was quick to be like, nope, you can't have this. Like, no, but it's not me. It looks like you.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? And the worst part is, I think, and I can't speak on this for women, but I think women are going to be the big brunt of this whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, they're going to be the most marginalized and like taken advantage of in the situation. But like, we as a society are no longer innocent until proven guilty. Right?
No.
The moment something from your past comes up, like, maybe you said a gamer word, or
Cancel culture.
maybe you did something you shouldn't have, or maybe you had a hot take on something that, maybe wasn't as funny as you thought it was, you're immediately ostracized until you can prove your innocence. And that's not the way it should be.
People are so quick to, like you said, like they're quick to fire you or let you go or like shame you for it, because they don't want it coming back on them as if, as
a public image.
They kept her employed here after they knew, like, they're like, nope.
Yeah.
Cut that.
Heaven forbid, Toys R Us, the CEO of Toys R Us, there's, this is a made up story, but like, this is where I'm going with this. CEO of Toys R Us, she has some images leaked of her, deepfakes of her. They're not really of her. I don't even know if the CEO of Toys R Us was a woman, but let's just say in the hypothetical land, CEO of Toys R Us has deepfakes leaked, and then Toys R Us doesn't fire her, or she doesn't step down. And then parents are like, well, I'm just boycotting Toys R Us because I'm not going to go buy toys from the company whose, CEO is running around with all that smut out there.
You're just getting it one from the Jeffrey the mascot. You know what I mean? Like that's the deepfake the internet would come up with, right?
Yeah, right. Jeffrey just laying pipe. Jeffrey, what are you doing? What are you doing, Step Jeffrey?
Step giraffe things. I don't know.
Yeah, what are you doing, Step Giraffe?
Oh no. This has to be a clip.
We've crossed so many sort of like barriers of like, that's just wrong.
But that's just the thing.
Yeah.
Dude,
right.
Okay. So like,
right. We mean, but I'm serious.
People would do it. That's the thing. Like I saw a picture, any wrestling fans out there, I saw a picture. It was like one of those, like rap type photos from the 90s with Randy Orton and John Cena in a grocery store. Why does that exist?
Well, first off, what is a rap photo in a grocery? I'm genuinely curious. Can I see this
one
photo?
of those rap battle like photos where there's one person on each side.
And then we're in the grocery. Can I see this photo?
I don't know.
Can you
I
Google
didn't
it?
Save it, but
I mean, Google. You said who was it? John
hold on,
Cena
we'll see
and
if we
what?
can find it. We'll find.
What? We'll both speed run. Let's see. Who? I need words. Who is it? John Cena. What? And who? Randy Orton. Grocery store.
See if I can find it.
Rap battle.
I didn't find that one, but there's a whole bunch of them though. Look.
Those are okay. Yeah, those are these real or these fake?
They're fake.
Oh, these look so good.
Yeah, I didn't find the exact one, but like, there's so many that were just like
John Cena, Randy Orton, deep fake.
Yeah, like eating potato chips, picking out wine, eating cheeseburgers. Yeah, like that one. That would get people in trouble, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Right?
Like this would get people in trouble.
Yeah, heaven forbid that the deep fake has the girls maybe underage or something.
Right.
Or they appear underage.
Right. So it's just kind of crazy. But at what point? Let's go deeper into this rabbit hole.
I am always down to go deeper.
What happened? Yeah, the AI image shows us that, Jim. But
the what?
The AI image shows us.
They said the EI. I was like, the what? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So deeper in the rabbit hole. So what happens?
Is there more badgers?
Yeah, way more badgers. 10 years from now, what happens where it's like, okay, AI has been outlawed or strictly regulated to certain industries or something. It's not free use anymore. Like nothing's real. Everything's fake.
Hey, it's almost like I was onto something, huh?
And like, you don't have anybody actually creating real content. So like maybe it would be a good thing in the end. So like let's look back to it's what 2024. Let's look back to like 2017, 2018.
Okay, I'm thinking back.
So there was a lot of really good content creators on YouTube at that point, right? Like one of the big ones that I follow is Peter McKinnon, Casey Neistat. There's a bunch of people who do
Are those photography guys?
Photography, videography, and like there's just like really, really good content. And there's still a lot of people doing that these days. But a lot of it, especially on like TikTok, Instagram, it's just like people doing like 6-second dances or like whatever it is. And it's just like that quick.
Yeah.
So like instead of doom scrolling, you know, maybe people will go back and like people with just making like cheap, you know,
quick tutorials,
chat GPT, CapCut AI videos and posting 4 videos a day. You know, maybe people will actually go back to creating content because they can't utilize the chat GPT and other AI tools because it's been regulated to certain industries because of the issues that it causes with deepfakes.
That that would be sick to like kind of have like an internet rewind where like we've gone too far, we got to dial it back
a resurgence in actual content being created.
But in reality, I think what may happen, this is my opinion, is the flip side of that is there's going to become so much AI content. You're not going to be able to tell what's real and what isn't real.
Yeah.
And I think I sent you a link the other day. It was Gary Vee was talking about, the blockchain's going to blow up, right? And I know we're not going to get all hyped up on Gary Vee because Gary Vee is one of those guys. But like,
he's 50-50 for me, dude.
Sometimes he hits, sometimes he doesn't. I think this is one of the times where like he might be onto something because in the video that I sent him, Gary Vee is talking about, you know, the blockchain is going to become important because that's where individuals are going to post their content first. And when it's on the blockchain, I don't really understand the full scope of what the blockchain means and is and how it works, whatever. But that's going to become the new internet, air quote. And I'm air quoting. This is not his phrase, but this is just me. The blockchain will become the new internet where when it's posted there, that's going to be like the first, right? That's the first ever version of it. So you know that that's the real version, right? Because that's the
way to verify this is the content coming from the person's mouth or
right. So like Midwest Sadbois will have their own blockchain, and when you find it on Midwest Sadbois blockchain, that's how you know we posted that video. And if it's somewhere else, it may not be us, right? You know what I mean? So right. So that's where my mindset was of there's going to be so much of it that you're not sure what's real and what's fake anymore. Because, I mean, these filters, you know, you've seen.
They're insane.
And you know, we've all seen the filters of the girls, you know, ooh, let me just show you my butt. And let me just show you these cool leggings I bought, right? And they're all photoshopped all to hell. And then the filter squeezes places and tightens up and smooths it out and this, that, and the third. And like, you know, and then these girls are like, oh, hey, this is me without the filter. And then they take the filter off and you're like, holy shit. Like,
it's just a plastic bag.
Psych. It wasn't even a real human all along. Right. But like, and I'm not calling these girls ugly, but like you can see the difference from what the filter did and didn't apply.
I've seen so many people post like this new catfish filter is so great. And it's like,
you know what? You'd have got me. You honestly would have got me.
It's surprising, but man.
But who are we? Who are you and I?
That just furthers the whole, like, you're only going to have that appearance on the internet and that mindset on the internet. And then in real life, you're not going to have confidence in yourself because you're comparing yourself to catfish filter version of you. So people are going to keep having terrible self-esteem issues because they're comparing themselves to their internet self. They're not going to socialize. They're not like, there's just so many potential pitfalls.
Oh, they're not potential. They're guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah. To the internet and AI and filters and all this stuff where it's like,
now, let's take that even one step farther because you hit on the next thing that I wanted to talk about, right? So we as a society have devolved into non-social creatures. We have these parasocial relationships on the internet and catfish filters and, AI chatbots and all these, you've seen, I'm sure you've heard of like the AI girlfriends that you can buy now. Right? Have you heard about that?
No.
Okay, well, pause. Let's do this AI girlfriend thing and we'll come back to where I was. AI girlfriends now, you can go to these fucking websites, put in your credit card, and they'll, you can create, bust size, hip size, hair length, eye color, personality traits, attributes, yada, yada, yada. You can sign up and then it generates this fucking girl. And it's, it's a ChatGPT AI bot. Words are hard. Letters are even harder. You're like, oh, hi, blah, blah, blah. And then like this air quote girl will talk back to you. And then now the super famous internet girls are also doing it too. Now Amaranth has a chat bot. So now, Amaranth might be sleeping, but her chat bot's not.
wow.
And so you can roll up to whatever website she's on and maybe you can't tell if it's the AI Amaranth or if it's the real Amaranth. And now you're just sending money and you're chatting, right? You got to pay a couple dollars to send a message. And then, the AI is smart enough where it can go, thank you, username. And you're like, oh, cool, she said my name. And you have no fucking idea if it's the real one or the fake one.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, right? So now all these girls have all these AI personalities, right? So circle back to where you said that we're going to have all these super conversational sort of like things like that. Where's your MetaQuest, right? So once you start putting on those headsets and you start transporting yourself to other worlds, why do you need to meet people in real life when you can just go meet them in the virtual
world?
And, maybe your avatar is a souped up version of yourself. So you might be a little embarrassed, right? Just like their avatar is a souped up version of themselves. They might be a little embarrassed. You guys will never meet in real life, but you'll be virtually banging in the meta zone or like whatever, it's just, I've seen a couple of those like YouTube documentaries of like, what's Gen Alpha going to do, right? Like think about it. Like your kid, homie's only 5. He's got a fuck ton of time in front of him. And we're already talking about like, oh, in 10, 15 years, AI is going to be doing this. 10, 15 years, he's going to be 20 years old.
Yeah.
He's going to be an adult. What even is going to, like, what is the world going to look like in 20 years?
Go to trade school, Reed.
Yeah, right. Yeah, learn a trade. Don't go to college.
Get a job that they can't get rid of.
Yeah. What?
There's so many.
I mean, shit, they're 3D printing houses now. You seen those things?
Yeah, but those still need people.
For the most part.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, so he goes to school to be a general contractor, right? Okay, well, now these, you own this company and this company rolls in with its big fucking concrete 3D printer and it builds you a little fucking igloo hut or it, builds you a little tower because now we all live on top of each other because there's so many fucking people in the world, we don't have any space. And okay, oh, cool. Well, we built the outside and you can go in and put in the electrical wire. Okay, well, he did half the job.
Yep.
And now what?
Yeah, it's like there's constant. That's what the job industry is going to constantly keep changing because the needs are going to change. Like, I mean, I don't think self-driving cars are
anytime soon.
But like besides Tesla, but they recalled all that, didn't they? They disabled that feature. I think they disabled the self-driving feature, but like I was thinking like, people who like empty trash and stuff. You can't just send an automated vehicle out to do that unless you have a system in place where like
GPS tracking where your trash can is and it knows that it's got to pull up and grab it and yada yada. Yeah, I mean there's going to be human interactions as super minimal as the computers can make it because that's where, human error.
Yeah.
Right? If the computer follows its program and does not deviate from the program, and you haven't programmed in any errors or any miscalculations, it will execute almost faultless.
And then this is where every AI movie starts.
Yep.
Instead of executing flawlessly, they're executing the family across the street.
They're executing.
Yeah, they're executing. And that, that's every AI horror movie ever. That's the basis of all of it. And they have to go back to,
It sure is going to be wild.
Yeah. Interesting for sure.
Yep. I'm terrified of what the internet could possibly make. Let's say you and I piss off somebody. We make a joke that someone doesn't like, and they just run out there and make some of the meanest, ignorant shit.
Like, I love my band tattoo. What do they mean? I don't fist.
Right up there. That's my new record. But seriously though, there's hours and hours of footage of you and I on the internet.
Just talking.
It's only a matter of time until somebody pieces together a string of words that aren't right.
Dude, we have 30 episodes.
Of video.
Full episodes of video of us talking. We have probably 150 clips, if not more, clips that people can find. So, it's crazy.
Yeah. Right now, obviously, we are not large enough for us to be on anyone's radar.
No, but if you talk about 45 to 50 minutes per podcast, and there's 30 of them just with video as well, that's kind of crazy. There's
a ton of footage.
A lot of words that someone could, massage into us saying something.
Some sick gamer words that will definitely ruffle some feathers.
All the feathers.
Ruffle their jimmies, as they would say. Never heard that? Ruffle your jimmies?
I don't think I've ever had my jimmies ruffled. So.
My jimmies get ruffled pretty often.
Well, you work at a bank, so.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of, dog. So, I've talked about my new role that I started a few months ago. So basically my new role, I do a lot of spreadsheet reading, and then I also take inbound tech support calls.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of a sort of little IT light resource for the department that I work in. People call in, hey, my password's not working. Oh, sure, let me send you a new password. Oh, hey, I'm trying to send this payment. It's not working. Can you help me? Sure, let me remote into your computer. Let's go to this website. Boop, 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 boop. Can you click on this button, the one that says share entire screen? It's pretty straightforward. I'm not really sure how you could misinterpret share entire screen. Somehow, we always end up sharing one Internet Explorer tab. I just don't get it. How, instructions so clear, dick stuck in a blender. Share entire screen, share tab only. Those are not even remotely close to each other.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the people who are calling into tech support are the ones that...
Yeah, right. You would think if you're calling into tech support, you're probably already off to a bad start.
Matt, you haven't Googled how to fix this on your own? Okay. You haven't hit reset password? You have to call me first?
Did you turn it off and turn it back on?
Dude, when I worked at Sweetwater, I had so many people call in and be like, hey, I can't get this thing to work. Did you plug it into the computer? I just have to ask.
No? Oh, and it's working? Okay, cool. Have a good day.
Lights are on? All right, but no, don't worry, man. It's not just you. I can't tell you how many calls I get of this every single day.
Oh, dude, I straight up tell people, you aren't the first and you won't be the last.
Yeah.
I do not care if that's not business appropriate. I'm just being honest.
No, and I feel like that's a good way for someone to be like, all right, well, it happens. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. It's not, obviously I'm annoyed because you were interrupting me doom scrolling on TikTok.
Sir, I was scrolling TikTok and listening
and I had to pause my Good Hangs album because I'm courteous and I don't have the music playing while I'm on the phone because I don't want to distract myself. So the phone rings, I hit pause. Hi, thanks for calling bank. This is Jim. How can I help you? And it's oh, you just needed a password reset. That's all you needed. Have a good day. Play.
Not me watching Lost while trying to talk to customers on Sweetwater.
Nah, man. I just my brain can't focus on too many things at once. So it's them talking in my ear, me trying to type and read and relay. It's too much. I got check-ins, I got to save-ins, you know.
Yeah, right.
They got to check-ins, they got to save-ins.
Yeah, this I was going to say. Bank jokes, man. You got all.
That's what I'm here for.
Man. Speaking of things that we're here for, it's you. So thank you for continuously supporting the podcast in all the ways that you do. Liking, subscribing, following, right there.
These buttons,
Boom.
right
hit
there.
those things, do all that stuff. We have some things planned for some episodes. We got to go and we got to
we got to do some stuff tonight. We should probably wrap this up.
Things. So we're going to wrap up this episode 38. Thank you so much.
Tune in next week for the special Valentine's Day episode with the official first 2 guests on the pod. Obviously, you can guess who they're going to be. Valentine's Day. Who else would it be? Psych, it's us.
It's just me and Jim.
Yeah, right. Wearing wigs.
It was just we film everything separately.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, for real, thanks for tuning in this week. Next week, we've got a super special episode that we're going to go do a test run for. And you guys didn't hit up the inbox, and that's okay. But, feel free to hit us up in the inbox with anything you would like to hear us talk about. Give us some topics. What?
I don't email either, so I get it.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the fact that my job strictly ran off emails, I would never send an email. But
Facts.
It's like the new fax. Like, honestly, are you emailing? Why are you emailing?
I had to give somebody a fax number the other day, and I don't understand.
Like, why do we even still send Megan and Taylor send faxes all day, every day? Megan was like, yeah, I have to fix the fax machine once a day. And I was like, fix your fax machine? How often are you using it that it breaks every day? Apparently often. But
whatever. Anyway,
I digest. Anyhow, I am not Jason.
And I'm not Jim.
And I'm not having knee surgery next week. This has been your 38th Midweek Sad Boy Update. We are the Midwest Sad Boys. I'm Jim.
I'm Jason.
Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share, follow.
All the things.
All the things. Thank you. Stay sad, y'all.
Bye.
Even better music this time.
Yeah. Not in time at all.
That was last week's was so great. Peace.